Great. Now, you guys are going to do me a favor. This is going to be a very, very easy to understand analysis. What we do here, now, this is what I share with my VIP members, okay? This is just one-off. I'm doing this for some of you who have actually desired to see this happen and not just to understand what we do. But this analysis is a forecast. We're trying to prepare ourselves for the week. So in the VIP group, that's what we do. We try to prepare ourselves for the week. And then we come in on Sunday to look at the market. What direction is the market going for the week? How can we prepare ourselves to trade in a daily analysis? Remember, we do the daily analysis. The daily analysis will come in every month, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in the morning. We normally do that. So this one is to prepare us for that everyday analysis. You get it? So it becomes easy for us to follow the market as it is printing out the candles, and we'll be able to interpret them. Do you get it? So this is what we do with this. So I want you to pay attention to what we're going to be analyzing and how it's going to go. So yeah, happy Sunday. Now, where are you all watching from? Let me know in the chat. Where are you all listening and watching from? I'm live from the United Kingdom. Where are you from, bro? Where are you guys? Where are you from? Let's see. Where are you watching from? Nigeria, South Africa. Wow. Port Harcourt, Lagos. Oh, Lagos, Nigeria. Wow, we got a lot of family there. Oh, Nigeria. What's that? Lagidi? Where's Lagidi? South Africa. Well done, South Africa. Ghana. Yeah, our neighbor. I'm Lee from the United Kingdom of I'm Lee from the United Kingdom of Nigeria. I like that. Ghana, Ondo State, Akure, well done. Cameroon, Wakanda, Lagos, Kano, well done. We have a lot of people from all over Nigeria. Well done, Ogun State. I'm very happy to see that we're able to help our people from back home. It's very important that we do. Sorry guys, I'm sweating. The weather is too hot. Ondo Ekiti. Hey Ekiti, I've been to that state once. I remember many years ago. Ekiti State. Yeah, I remember. Was in Ekiti State. They used to do international passport in that city. I remember. Many years ago. Oh, Texas, Austin. Well done, bro. All the way from Texas. Okay, good. We have a lot of people here on board. So now let's go straight to the chart. I've already explained what we're looking at on the chart, okay? I've already explained that. So I want you to just follow me here as I begin to explain this whole structure, what we're looking at, okay? Now, this is, I'm not going to start from the weekly time frame. Now, this is British pound. A lot of you know that I trade British pounds, USD. All right, Gbpusd, this is what I'm looking at. Now, I'm looking at the chart right now. As I'm looking at it, I'm looking at the weekly candlesticks. Every candle here is weekly print. So throughout last week, we had this behavior of the candle, that this candle pushed all the way up. All right, this candle here, last week candle, pushed all the way up. That means, remember, candle close and open. You must understand candle close and open. When the previous week, this candle closed bullish and then opened here. And what did it do? First of all, the candle smashed all the way up, and then shrink, started smashing all the way down. All right, go down here, created a low, which is a higher low, and then smash all the way up and closed. Then it opened this candle here, and what did it do? Play around this bit for a while, and then push all the way up. Now let me clean that up so you see. It opened here, yeah, came back, came down a bit, and then push all the way up, and then started shrinking down. So that's why last week you observed the first day of the week, we had a push up. Okay. Couple of days of the week, we have, I think 2 days of the week, we have some push up happen. And then we began to see a massive drop. So that drop that happened last week was what stringed this candle down to this level. Now, what you want to read is structure. Already we have price creating a lower low, lower high, a lower low, structure broken here, structure broken here. We have a lower low created, and price is going up to create another lower high, which is already done. How do I know that? If you check this candle that prints, it's called the swing high candle. That candle is a swing high. It is a swing high that closed above this high. So if you check this candle, it's lower than this high. So what does that mean? We have a lower high candle here created. This candle here is a lower high candle. But you need to check also what we have here. We have a higher high, a higher low candle at the bottom. So this one is higher than this one. That's a higher low. All right. This one is higher than this low. That is a higher low. So we already saw a higher low going up. But there is a higher high candle printing. This high is higher than this high. This high is higher than this high. This high is higher than this high. But this high failed to climb to create a new higher high than this one. So we can obviously see that there is a curve already, that market is curving. Remember, this is weekly time frame. And a hold is stronger in terms of structure. Weekly time frame is stronger when it comes to structure, market structure. You need to understand that. Okay. So when it comes to market structure, the weekly time frame is stronger. That means that's solid information. You are getting solid information. Get it? Very important. So now let's look at the whole market structure again. If you can see, we are on a downtrend on the weekly time frame, but we had a pullback. So that pullback that happened, which is for the couple of weeks, we have 1, 2, 3, about 4 weeks now, beginning from last month, ending of last month to this month, we have had a push up, all right, like a retracement back up. But already we can see that the retracement is over. Now, here we have structure giving us M pattern. From here, structure was broken. We have M pattern, neckline broke, neckline broke. So we have this pattern here, reversal happening. Let me show you the full screen so you can see it. All right, a shrink so you can see it. All right, better like this. So you can see that price was tending to pull up. This was a push up, and then we have a breakup trend line there. So we can see that there was a channel that market was trading in, and then the market break with an M pattern. So what happened? This was a high. So we have a double top there. This was the first touch and a second touch, and market began to drop. So we can see that the market broke structure here. All right, and bounces off and then began to drop by creating a lower high. So the first low that we have happened equal low here, equal lower high up here. All right, that should have been seen as a consolidation zone. Okay, that should have been seen as a consolidation zone. But meanwhile, market began to create a lower low and push up, creating a lower low. So from here, we already anticipate a market change from the upside to the downside. Okay, we can see the market has been changing already, planning to change. So this is how you understand structure changing market. So you need to study that. This whole analysis is not about market structure anyway. So now we see the market began to create a lower low, all right, dropping. So it created a great lower low here and then push up to create a lower high. And then what happened? Market consolidated a bit and then broke through to create a lower low again, and then push up a bit for a little lower high, and then drop massively for a lower low, push up a bit lower high, and then drop again for another massive lower low, push up a bit lower high. So now you can see what is going on here. All right. Now this is what do you call it? Weekly time frame, and we are looking at the flow of the market. we're looking at the flow. I'll call it the flow of the river, all right? Just to know where the river is going. Where are we headed? So last week, we were able to predict this retracement that we're going to see a little bit of push up, to the upside, and then we saw that happen. Okay, now look at this. If I was to look at this market, I will go down to the daily now to put myself in the position of where the market is actually headed. Okay, now looking at the daily, what I'm doing now is just structure, strictly price action, market structure. Yeah. So that's simple to understand. Yeah. So now what I'm looking at now is, again, does the weekly time frame agree with the daily time frame? That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to find a harmony between the higher time frame and the lower time frame, which is the weekly time frame with the daily time frame. So that's what I'm here to do. So I'm looking at the weekly time frame, the daily time frame. I'm looking at, okay, do we have the same structure that we just interpreted? Yes, we do. We have lower lows created. As you can see, market also changed structure around this zone by breaking this break. This is structure break, created a new lower low, push up, a lower high, push down, created a consolidation, and then drop to create a new lower low with an end pattern, and then push up again to create a lower high, and then drop massively to create a new lower low, push up again to create a new lower high, all right, and drop again with an end pattern to create a new lower low, push up again to create a new lower high, and drop again is breaking structure, creating lower lows, and then push up again. Guess what? Did it create a new higher high? Yes, it created a new lower high, not higher high, a lower high, because this high is still low, it's still higher than this one. So this one is still lower than this one. So structure has not been broken yet. And here again, we have an end pattern forming on the daily. That shows us that the market will still intend to create a new lower low if we are given the opportunity to see that happen. Now, remember, we cannot just tell exactly 100% where the market is going, but we can predict the move. We can actually forecast and see how we can position ourselves. So as you can see right now, is it clear now the way I'm analyzing it? Some of you can now see why. Oh, that's it. I can see that's like a double top right there. And again, if you're looking at that double top, look at it. It is not just, it's not like double top, because if I put my line here at the peak of that high, you see this, the previous high, it did not break it. It tapped into it, but it did not break it. So this candle here is still higher than this previous candle, bullish candle high. So what does that mean? It means that we are still in structure. What about this high? This high is higher. You might thought, oh, there's a structural break. No, there's no structural break. Look at that. Look at what about the other one? The same thing. Look at that. Structure has not been broken yet. So we are still heading down. Market is still trending down, but we had a pullback last week. Some people think that, okay, yeah, the market is about to reverse. Oh, all right, it looks like a head and shoulder here. Obviously, I can see that. It looks like a head and shoulder here, but the reality is we are not sure because of this structure. So we need to see that the market push up and break structure for us to see a confirmation for a buy move. You see that now? We need to see that these lines, these structures are broken. So I could like anticipate, I want this structure to be broken. If this candle is not broken, I will not be looking to buy the market. But remember, this is a daily candlestick. So this is 1 day candle. So another day may push up and break this high. Then I'll be looking at, okay, fine. Since that high is broken, I can anticipate now a new high will be taken out. But this first high needs to be broken. This second one needs to be broken. And that can happen within 2 days or a day. But how do we know that the uptrend will begin? Here's how you do it. Now, I'm going to finalize this analysis so you understand it very clearly. Now, I'm looking at GBpUSD for this coming week. All right, we're looking at what is going to happen. So let me just take off that line first and then give you something to think about. First of all, understand that there is a structure here. So I will see that as a support, a resistance level, sorry. I will see that as a strong resistance level because it's on a daily time frame. And then I will see another key one here, which is a strong resistance level, because that again is a daily time frame. So we see that there was a bounce up there, came down, tested it and broke above it, came back down to reject it, and then all the way we have like a consolidation within that zone, but a push up, push down, push up, push down. And now what do you think is going? It's heading down there. It just rejected from there. It's heading down to the support. That's what I can see on a daily. So this candle closes like this and a new candle pop open. Where do you think it's going to be headed? Where do you think it's going to be headed? To the support zone. The candle is going to be heading to the support zone first. And then let us know whether it's going to bounce off again and head up. So when do I think I should be looking at for a structure, for a buy trade, a break above the high? I should be looking at that, a break above the high, for the market to give me, oh, I'm going to be bullish this week. I'm going to be looking for a buy. But that will not happen overnight. It doesn't happen in 24 hours sometimes. So sometimes the whole day, we might have just one candle push up. Probably if we are fortunate with trade, we might have a bullish engulfing candle breakthrough, one candle for that day. And then on Tuesday, we start looking for opportunity to buy the market, depending on what the lower high of the week will be. Okay, now looking at this structure, I'll say, well, that shows that, yeah, I have that support, I have that resistance. So I am now in a very good constructive view of the market to understand, okay, if it break below, I'm going to be looking at selling. If it break above, I'm going to be looking at buying structure wise. Yeah. So I'm looking at that firsthand. Then on the same daily, I could see something nice. This is a trend line, strong, daily strong trend line. Price came here, pushed all the way up, came back in and bounces off. It bounces off from there and then hit up and then created a double top. So what's going on here? Okay, that trend line is a valid trend line. If that trend line doesn't break to the downside, I'm not selling. Okay, that makes sense now. I'm looking at the market. So I look at upside. What do we see above us? We see a massive downtrend of the market. So we see a massive downtrend of the market. So I'm going to look at where it's going. Where is it going? Oh, up there. That's the previous high I can get because that's almost creating a double top. So what do we have here? A trend line, a massive trend line here. All right, do not adjust that thing, just close to it. So what do we have? Okay, we can have a clean intersection here. Price came, break above the trend line, came back to test that trend line. You see, break and retest happened on that trend line. Strong daily trend line. We have a break and retest, a break and a retest on it, rejected, push back up, coming back in. So now I'm looking at this trend line and this trend line. So what am I looking at? If candle bounces off this trend line, and then I'm looking at the resistance level to break, and then I'll look at buying. If candle break below this, which also confirming the end pattern is going to play out, woo, we're coming down here and we will smash it all the way. The week will be a massive sell. So the question is, let's assume price break below there and come out to this previous low. That's about 200, 300 pips that we'll be targeting, depending on the market. Probably it's going to break down to create a lower low like it did here. Remember, this was an end pattern. Push up, all right? Push down, push up, and then drop. That was an end pattern there that made it to create a lower low. Again, another end pattern might give us a lower low, lower than this low. So the question is, how do I figure that out? We are still on the daily because we are anticipating. We can't go to 4 hour now to look at this. No. We look at the weekly and the daily to project what the future holds in the market for the week. So now we're looking at this and it's okay, fine. What we're looking at again, we want to see whether the market will actually come lower than this. So what do? We pull out our Fibonacci, take this to the swing high. All right. And then we want to find out if actually we have a very good position on this market. Okay. We want to find out if we have a very good position of this market. So, okay. I'm looking at something here. That's good. Very good. Very good. Okay, here we are. So price will eventually create a double bottom. So we're looking at that. That's first part for this push up to happen. Now, let's see if the swing high here, this is a swing high here, all right? Let's see that swing high here to see what happened with market structure here, whether it fits in swing high to this swing low. Okay, let's see what happened. What did market do? The market came all the way up here, all right? Retraces up, all right? And break above the 61, 61.8, which is obviously 60, whatever you call it, and then rejected at this key zone. The question is, why did the market reject here? Some people will say that would be the 70. Yeah, that's called 70, what about? So 71, 76, whatever it is, 78. Let me check it properly. All right, Fibonacci level. Yeah, 78. All right, price rejected at the 78 level. So we see now that price rejected, overextended, and rejected at the 78 level. What happened? Price began to drop. Now, second time trying to push up again, rejected again at 78 level, and then what happened? Market is dropping again. So what do we want to see? We want the market to break below the 50 to 30 level, and then we will be trading all the way down. So we're looking at this market to give us a cool trade to this one. So this week coming, we might be anticipating a massive 400 pip for this coming week. How many can you take? Are you ready to snap? Listen, there are conditions, though. Understand that there are conditions. Don't just say, well, oh, Bado man, I want to go and trade 400 pips. Let me set in my stop loss and what do you call it? Buy stop and whatever, sell stop. Don't do that. Okay? There are conditions. What are the conditions? You'll be following what I'm doing. I have been analyzing the market. So you know that there are conditions that have to be met. Okay? Now, if you're following me, can you tell me, remind me the conditions that I just mentioned on the chart? If you understand the conditions that we're waiting for, put it on the chart if you're following. Let me see if you're following. Don't just stay there and be looking and show you're following. Let's see how many of you got it. Nobody is answering on the chart. Ah, trend line break. I got it, sir. Okay, trend line break. Which one? Just one person replied. Okay, hope you all got it. It's very important that you understand this. Very important that you understand this. Okay, now, so this week, what are we anticipating? Break of support. Okay, break of support, trend line break. If the market break the counter trend line, okay. The conditions are when it breaks below the support. Now you back up. Now you back. I did. What's that? I need to break. It needs to break the lower trend line. Okay, below the 38 Fibonacci. Okay, provided the lower trend line is broken. Good. A break to the lower trend line if we must. Oh, great. Yeah, you guys are following. My God, look at that. Awesome. 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 Great. So that's what we're looking at. So now we want that to happen. So the first few hours, maybe 8 to 5 hours, we want to see that the market behave that way to maintain that. What if the market reject and start pushing up and break this 78 level? What do we expect to see? We will expect price action at this 100% zone, which is the previous high, double top. So we expect double top. So until this double top is broken, we are not buying. So you mean, what about it took 3 candles for that to happen? Then we'll watch out for a buy from a rejection of the trend line. Watch out for a buy from a rejection of the trend line. So what does that mean? It means that if the market reject from this level, remember when I trade 2 plans. Do you understand that? I don't just look at one side. I look at the both market. We are buyers, we are sellers at the same time, you know. So I look at plan A and plan B to be safe, you know. So that's what I do. So here, if the market break above this 61 level, first they'll be here, which is 100 pip, and another, which is about 240 pips, okay, to give us a double top. So that means to the upside, there is possibility that we can have 240 pips compared to 400 pips plus. You get it? That we have to the downside. So we will wish that the market go down. So we can just trail the sell, just trail it and then enjoy the moment of 400 pips for the week. But both sides, whether a buy or sell that will happen, we know that the conditions have to be met. And then we'll be anticipating nothing less than 200 pips from both ends for the week. So imagine as a day trader, you make 40 pips. That's what you target most times, right? Some of you target 40 pips every day, most times. And most of you don't even make up to 40 pips, right? Depending on the trade that you're on, most of you don't make up to 40 pips. So the question will be, how do you just position yourself based on the condition of the level? So we have about 200 pips to the upside, about 240 pips to the upside. Okay. So let's assume market go that way. Let's just think together, right? Can we all think together? Let's assume the market go to the upside and then reject it and break this high and then pull all the way up. So how do we mean rejected? Let's say this candle now breaks, closes here, and another candle prints. For the first 4 hours of the day, we'll go to the 4-hour time frame to look at that and see when this trend line, what the market is doing at this trend line. If we see what the market is doing at this trend line, that it favors to the upside, then we'll be looking at what? Buying. Okay. So we'll be looking at buying. So let's assume you're able to scrap 30 pips. That means out of the whole week, starting from a Monday, depending on the behavior of the market, starting from a Monday, if you be able to take 30 pips out of these 200 pips for the week, that is, you will be making 150 pips a week. And if you are consistent with this, there's no way that you cannot afford to pass any challenge account or to have a good profit at the end of the week. So that's one side, that way of thinking. So you just position every day, you're looking at how to collect as much as you can from those numbers of pips. And then to the downside, the same thing. You target as much as you can collect from those, out of those 300 pips that, you know, you want to take 200 pips, you want to position yourself to take 140, 150 pips, it's up to you. But you have to know the direction of the market first before you make that decision. Do you guys get it now? So now what we're looking at, sir, do you see a valid inverse head and shoulder? I know, I see it, but it's not that valid yet. You can't say it's valid until the structure is broken. Don't you get it? We cannot say it's valid until the structure is broken. I already said that this is an inverse head and shoulder on the daily. We see that, all right? I can see that very clearly. I know. On merit request that live transcription to be enabled. Okay. All right. So what we're looking at, I understand we have an inverse head and shoulder playing out here. I can see that. Okay, I can see that. But this is the neckline. It had to break. We want price to break above and break this high. Then we look at buying. I'm not doubting it that it may go up. I'm not in, listen, I do not come here to have one-sided bias of the trade. I don't do that. I don't look at one side of the market and say, okay, yeah, we are now going up. No, the going up is not confirmed yet, even though there are signs. You see, there are signs. Okay, let me show you something just to help you think. All right, I want to show you something that you may not see, that you may not have seen. All right, look at this trade. Let me show you this. Come on, guys. I want to show you this. Here. Do you see inverse head and shoulder? Is this an inverse head and shoulder? Yes or no on the chart? Come on, bring it in, traders, bring it in. Bring it in. Kind of. Somebody is saying kind of. What do you mean kind of? Is it inverse head and shoulder? You've been doing chart patterns. Come on, talk to me. Okay. Yeah, somebody say no. No to me. Why is it not no to you? No for me. Why? Because you saw the movement of the market. Come on. What I'm telling you is, what I want you to say, somebody say no. Okay, what is it? It's not clear. What do you mean it's not clear? What else do you need? This is a shoulder, this is a head, this is a shoulder. What else do you need? This is the neckline. What else do you need? Who said it's not clear? Go and study your chart patterns. No rejection of the shoulder. What do you mean no rejection? Okay. Oh man, guys, you guys need to learn up from this. All right, that's okay. Let me forget about that. This is daily time frame. You are telling me that because there's no rejection, so it's not clear. This is exactly what you need to understand. Sometimes the market needs to confirm it. That's why I said in the neckline must break. Don't go and study your chart patterns, reversal chart patterns. There must be a break of the trend line for a confirmation. Okay, I mean a neckline for a confirmation. An end pattern is not end yet until the neckline is broken. What about if it bounces off and then break that and then retest and start pushing up? Haven't you seen something like this before? Yeah, you have. Nevertheless, guys, don't worry about it. We are all learning every day, okay? Just for you to understand what is going on here. So this is inverted head and shoulder. So when you see this, you say, wow, I think market is going to reverse. I can see inverted head and shoulder here, inverse head and shoulder. I can see inverse head and shoulder. I think the market is going to reverse. So what do? You are not going to say, I'm going to be buying this week. It's wrong. You will have to position yourself and say, well, I want this trend line to break. I see a trend line. If this trend doesn't break above it, which also signify that the market has a neckline broken, I'm not going to trade. Period. I'm not buying. I'm not confirming the buy, even though it looks like it. And let's play and see what happens. Right? No, where's the play? Sorry, guys. Can't find the button. Okay, right there. All right, let's play and see what happened. Price push up, fails to break that trend line and drop, created a lower low. What happened? What happened to the inverse head and shoulder there? It failed. It didn't work out. It wasn't confirmed. Now, let's watch what's going to happen next here. You saw another inverse head and shoulder here. You saw another inverse head and shoulder printing very soon. I'm going to wait for it to play out. This is back testing. We're looking at the market. Created another lower low. You see? Push back up. All right? Confirm the lower low properly. And then drop. Now it's pushing up. Push up. Push up. Push up. And then get to 50, rejected, push back on and breakthrough, get to 78, reject, drop. Drop again. There is already a shoulder. There is a head. This is the second shoulder. So is the neckline broken, guys? The same pattern formed here is repeating itself here. There's no neck pattern formed. I mean, the head and shoulder is formed, but the neckline, which is up here, is not broken. You see that? This is the neckline. It got to break to confirm that the market is going to head up. Of course, this trend line was broken, okay? But it's not a full confirmation yet until the neckline is broken, and then we have an upside. If this neckline is not broken, then we might have a struggle that the market break this trend line again, which is already an end pattern for me, which is also the same pattern it formed here. Are you paying attention to this, guys? You need to understand how to read this market. Understand how he speaks to you. He's telling you, I have a pattern. So this month, I have a pattern. This month, I have a pattern. So there's a pattern that happened last month that closed the month. So now a new pattern. Look at that. M pattern formed to create a lower low. Another M pattern formed, create a lower low. He pushed up another M pattern formed to create a lower low, boys. You say, you're so excited about it. Yes, I can see it is because the market structure. So there are conditions. For me, I'm not concluding yet that it's going to drop to a lower low. I'm just speculating. My own is to analyze the market. So I'm looking at both ends. I don't care whether it goes up or go down. I'm ready to position myself. That's what I'm thinking about. So the first thing is, if it breaks above, here's what I'm looking at. To get in to confirm that it is a buy. If it breaks below this trend line, once I see a candle break below this trend line, there's no stopping it from coming to this lower low. He had to the first stop that he has, the first bus stop that he has is this low, to create an equal low first. That's the first assignment that he has. You have to create an equal low, and then before heading down to where? Probably price may move from here, move from all the way here, and then drop to this low before we see any retracement. And where is that 15? But the question is, we are not sure that price will come all the way to 1600. We are not sure yet. This might be the bus stop, which he had previously. So where is that? We're looking at price coming to 1700. Within that zone, if price comes to 1700, it might bounce back up, but we're not sure. So what we need to be sure of is this, is that there are conditions that need to be met. As a trader, what you do is to set conditions, and you wait for your condition to be met before you make a decision. That's what makes you a trader. That's what makes you a good technical analyst. Have you ever heard the word, I'm waiting for the market to come to my zone? That's a sign of a good trader. You must set trap for the market to come to you. You don't wait, you don't chase after the market. The market has to come to you. So to sum it up this afternoon and this wonderful evening is this. If this candle, obviously this is the last candle, the closing candle market, let's wait for the next few hours. As the market opens, we are going to see another candle pop up. So the question is, will that candle break this trend line, or will it reject? That's what you want to see. If it rejects and there is a bullish movement to the upside, then wait for market is going to break this neckline. Don't buy yet until the market break this neckline. So if it does, you're looking at a minimum of 150 pips to 200 pips before retracement and another push up to the upside. Now, let me break it down by looking at the 4 hour, just for you to understand it. Let's shift down to the 4 hour time frame. All right, now let me remove the short session break there. Okay, now look at this. If you look at the 4 hour, if you look at the 4 hour, we see that the market has already headed up. Okay, there is already a pattern, a reversal happening. Why? The first structure has been broken. Looking at the 4 hour, we see structure breaking. So we see a lot of structure has broken. This one has broken. This one has broken. This one is not broken yet. And this is what we want to see, that it breaks, or even this high, that this high breaks, okay, for us to confirm that the market is already going to be an uptrend for the next couple of weeks or whatever. That's what we're looking at. But here, look at this place. Pay attention to this zone. What do you see? All right. On the 4 hour, we see that the market push up, rejected on the same trend line, bounces up, push up and drop again massively with an M pattern and then drop to the zone. And what happened? Rejected. But what do we see? Did this high break this high? No. Let me take that off so that you see it. It didn't. Look at that. That's the high there. It didn't break it. It couldn't even tap into it. So that means, what are we saying? That the structure here, as far as we're concerned, there is a reversal happening even on this micro uptrend. This micro uptrend already proved to us that there is a reversal. How do I mean? Price has been creating a higher high. Look at it. A higher highs, higher highs, higher highs, lower highs, lower highs. I mean, higher lows. Yeah, higher lows, higher lows, higher highs. Then it got here, pull back and break this previous low and drop again to tap into this low and pull back up. And guess what? In pulling back up, he failed to break the high and drop structure. Market structure. It fails to break it and then drop. So what? I'm looking at what he's going to do with this. Will he break this next high? If he failed to break it and then reject at that zone and drop, what do you think is happening? A reversal. Okay, so that's why I said there are conditions. So we cannot predict that the market is going to go down all the way until the market opens. But watch out for this trend line. That's why I say this trend line is the key for us to know that the market is going to change direction to the downside. This trend line. Once this trend line break, all you need to do is to watch out for a set trade on your lower time frames. There's nothing stopping it from it to come to this low. All right, that's what we're looking at this week. I find it difficult that it might go up, but if you look at the news, that's one thing about news. If you look at the news, they can change direction and push it all the way up crazily. That's the only way this whole setup will be wrong. When you see the news taking this thing up crazily to break this high, wait for a retest, wait for a pullback, and then trade it to the upside. That's what we need. We need this head to break to buy. If this head doesn't break, we're not buying. Period. Check it out. Bam. That's it. No other question asked. To sell, we want to see this trend line break. If it doesn't break, we are not selling. Period. So what? I'll wait for the trend line to break. When that trend line breaks and price is below it, I will look for a sell. Why? Because structure has changed. So probably it breaks, pull back up to create a lower high. Again, in order to create a lower low, I will just start selling. That's it. Any question asked, guys? Do you understand now? Don't worry, I'm going to put the video on YouTube there so that you guys can watch it again to understand it. And then you'll be able to feel it, feel the vibes of what is going on in the markets. Let's take some questions, guys, and then we're done with that. Pressure on the high is much. I'm waiting for the market to come to me 100%. Okay, I also saw that we are at major support. Of course, we are dealing with the higher time frame, bro. We're dealing with the higher time frame. I think the M pattern is coming to play. All right, but it's 50-50 bias. I like that. I like the way you thank you. Oh dear. Okay, let's take some questions quickly. Let's have some people. Hands raised, yeah? Who hands raised? We have a hands raised. Okay, Amazing Prosper. Unmute yourself.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, bro. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, sir. What about you, sir?
Awesome. I'm doing fine. So I'm going to stop recording now so that we don't have the long videos. For those of you watching on YouTube, wherever you're watching, subscribe, hit the subscribe button, join us. You can go to the Telegram channel as well, free Telegram informations. Yeah, analysis and all of that. You join us also. We will be waiting for you guys. Cheers. One love. Peace. Okay, let's go. Yes, talk to me.
Yeah. Thank you so much for what you do, sir. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.